How often do you actually look at the skew before putting on a trade? Does that change your decision? Or is it one of those things that sounds important, but really doesn't move the needle for how you trade day to day?
Right now I'm looking at it a lot in if I'm trading a tech name, but if I'm trading Walmart, I'm not looking at Skew.
So, can I ask some questions? I'm assuming they mean skew. Is it calls or puts? Which has the higher implied volatility? That's where we're going from.
Yeah.
So we've been talking, well, I've been talking a lot about this lately, and the fact that, and a lot of the people on the trading floor were saying, you're looking at SPX options, and those SPX options, because there's so many people that are buying them, especially the nearer term ones, they're bidding up those call skews because people are taking chances. The more buyers there are, the higher prices go. Therefore, implied volatility is the only thing you can do, and it gets it up there. So a lot of times these stocks are trading like meme stocks. When you had call skew in the past, they were meme stock-esque. So you're getting a lot more of that. It does not affect how I trade day to day, but I really like knowing which, if there's something with a call skew. I mean, in the years past, it used to just be gold. And I always said gold or commodities, the pendulum would swing in both directions. Well, now with these massive, and Jermal, you said it yesterday, we're getting violent up moves. And not so violent down moves, which means there is call skew in a lot of these AI names, a lot of these tech names. It doesn't change how I trade, but you got to pay attention to how expensive things are to define your risk.
Totally agree. Let's move to the next one.
I'll let you read it.
No, no, you. You read it. You're the reader.
When you're
We've
managing
established this. I love this.
when you're managing a winner, do you actually look at the Greeks before closing, or are you just watching the P&L number and pulling the trigger when it feels right?
I think it depends on the type of trade. Like yesterday with the calendars, I didn't look at any Greeks. It was like bought for 250. We had a huge move to the upside. This thing is trading $7 now. We out.
I
No Greeks.
I don't think I've ever looked at a Greek. If I've got a profit, I'm going to close it. I'm not going to be like, ooh, let me check. If I'm comfortable with my profit, I don't care what the Greeks are.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, I mean, okay, well, when we're talking about profits, now what about if we're losing on something? Do we look at Greeks then?
Maybe sometimes
Maybe, right?
if I'm losing, and so just take a like short put that's in the money. If I'm losing on something and I say, okay, but I still have X, and then I'll look at the calls and I still have $5 left in it to come out of it, I might leave it. Then I'll look at a little bit of the Greeks if I'm losing. So that's
Yeah,
fair.
kind of the same. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
When you put on a trade and it goes against you immediately, like within the first hour, does that change how you manage it compared to something that worked for 3 weeks then turned?
I mean, I feel like most trades I put on, they go against me immediately. It's like it's the running joke amongst traders, right? I mean, if you put it on immediate fill and it goes against you, oh, of course. But does it change how I manage it? Honestly, um, I don't know if I. It's interesting. I'm looking at this question, but I'm thinking about the opposite, especially based on what we've been talking about in those calendars and yesterday. If something works right away and works really well, then sure, it changes how I'm going to manage it. But if
Yeah.
it goes against me immediately, it really does depend on duration. I'm assuming we're talking about something 45 days or a little bit further. I'm just going to manage it the same old way. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it goes against me immediately. I didn't expect to make money right away.
Uh, I don't think any trader does. So I was kind of laughing as you said that when you were your first part about how it goes against you. Now, when we're kind of going back to the last one, when you're looking at Greeks, if I'm assuming this is selling premium, right? So if you're, because anything defined risk, it doesn't really matter. If you're selling premium and it goes against you right away, I'm actually happy. I'd rather it go against me early than late, because that's the last thing you want to do when you're running out of time to have it go against you. Because you got to put it into perspective. Say I'm selling, whatever, 30 delta put. So I'm selling a 30 delta put. There's a 60% chance that it's going to touch that at some point during the cycle, because you double the delta and that's your probability of touch. And so I would rather it touch it early than late.
Yeah, I concur. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go to the last slide. Last slide.
Okay. I didn't know how many there were. Okay. Do you still look at charts at all? Because the research says sell mechanical, manage mechanical, but I notice you guys pull up charts on the show sometimes. What are you actually looking for when you do that?
So I look at charts all the time. I look at charts to see levels. Yesterday when we put on the Oracle trade, for example, we were looking at more recent levels and where we expect it to bounce from and what we're going to do from there. So when we put on that Super Bowl, it's like, okay, this is why I'm looking at the chart. I want to see where it's been, where it's going. If I put on a strangle, I want to see the areas of the chart. Let's just say if it's MNQs, if I'm selling it, I want to look at, maybe I'll sell down towards 28.1 and upwards of 31,000, and that's my strangle. Not that I'm doing that in here, but that's exactly what I use charts for. I just want an idea of where stock's been and maybe where it's going.
I couldn't agree more. I don't suppose like, more fundamentals than not with the chart. I agree with all that. I actually prefer if I had one over the other, I would just take the option chain with the numbers. But I do like to look back at the history and say, oh God. But I'll look at this chart and be like, I remember when I got out, or I'll look at this chart and I'll remember all my losses or all my wins on where they are. But it's just to kind of see to a look back. I don't use charting. I think Tim Knight's amazing, and I think he's very informative, and I think you can get your directional assumption however you get your directional assumption, but I am not a chartist.